Well, hello there. Yesterday I saw the new Woody Allen picture, Midnight in Paris, and I absolutely loved it. I'm giving it a 9. I'm not giving it a 10. It's of the 9s I've seen this year, which I can't rattle off to you. It's definitely the best 9 I've seen. It's probably the 4th best film I've seen. I don't want to put it above any of the 10s, the 3 10s I've given out so far this year. But it is fantastic, and I know that I will buy it, and as soon as the film was over, I was filled with joy. Yeah, I think it's really remarkable. It's about nostalgia. A man and his fiancée are in Paris, I believe on a vacation of sorts. I mean, they're very wealthy, so like vacations for the very wealthy are long. So I didn't know if it was like kind of a business trip. I mean, he's working on a novel, so in a way it's kind of a business pleasure vacation. Husband and man and fiance go to Paris. Her parents are there though, so again, there's something going on there. He's unsure of his life, whether he wants to marry this woman. He's unsure of his life, basically. And I almost don't want to talk about it because I didn't know anything about it, and I think that's why I love the film so much, is I didn't know much about it. But while walking the streets of Paris at night, at midnight, he time travels. And he time travels to the place where he most wants to be, which is Paris in the 20s. He meets every artistic figure that you could ever want to meet in that time-traveling spans. I mean, really, anyone you would want to meet. And I don't really want to talk about it because it was such a pleasant surprise that I don't want to deny you that surprise. The acting is very good, maybe sometimes a little weird. Owen Wilson's in it. Gosh, I just suddenly... Marion Cotillard is in it. Who else? Gosh, I'm just suddenly blanking. Kathy Bates. It's a very large cast. A lot of people in it. And one of the things I love about Woody Allen is he fills it with character actors. Actors who have been working forever and are good at their jobs. And, you know, so the film is not only filled with a couple names, but tons of faces. On the flip side, Woody Allen, and I think this detracts from the film for me, Woody Allen fills his films with beauty. Everything is perfect in his shot. Maybe not in terms of composition, but everything is gorgeous. The best landscapes, the best scenery, the most handsome of men, the most beautiful of women. And it's almost irritating because you walk outside and the world does not look like that, you know? The lady who bags your groceries is not an achingly beautiful supermodel. But that's Woody Allen. And believe me, I appreciate the beauty, but in a way it totally takes me out of the story. It's like, how can a man even think when every woman he sees is, stunningly gorgeous, and again, same for the men. The men are handsome and rugged and perfect. So that's kind of distracting. The reason I'm not giving this, I don't know if I said it's a 9. I'm giving it a 9. And the reason I'm not giving it a 10 is one for that. Most, Woody Allen films are not too flashy in terms of directing style. You know, it's pretty straightforward, capturing a moment type of thing, fly on the wall. Here, there were some shots where it was much more confessional, like honestly, it reminded me of reality TV, where they're just staring into the camera, and I mean, it's like full on, just straight shot of them looking and talking straight to you. I thought that was a little odd. I hadn't really noticed that in previous Woody Allen films. But I think this film is kind of a confession from him, so I think it kind of fits. Again, I always argue with myself. As soon as I make a point, I always try and argue with myself to counterpoint. And also, though I think it's a brave performance, some of what Owen Wilson does is a little silly for me. And again, I never blame the actors. The actors get no blame from me. Because they give a myriad of choices. That's their job. And then someone else, you know, is under, you know, over control and selects what is seen. So again, I never blame the actors. They are just a tool to provide what the director needs. And sometimes I thought Owen Wilson's performance was a little silly, you know, but the situation he's in is silly and ridiculous at some point. So again, I thought it fit. But sometimes I did giggle to myself just because of watching Owen Wilson's face. Some of the characters disappear. Michael Sheen, who I think is a tremendous actor, a chameleon, playing an American here, which is kind of odd, but I definitely wanted some type of closure with his character, some type of comeuppance for Owen Wilson's character. That's not present. We don't get that, but then again, the whole point of life is to let it go. So again, I think of a point and then I argue with myself. The film's great. It's absolutely life-affirming. It's so smart. Woody Allen, I mean, is a genius. I want to call him the great American screenwriter. You know, that's what I think. His characters sometimes are diametrically opposed, you know, philosophically opposite, but yet all of them seem fleshed out, intelligent, and passionate about what they believe, and knowing that all of those attitudes, so well fleshed out and realized, come from one mind, I think it's tremendous. I mean, Woody Allen is a genius. He makes a movie a year, pretty much, and he's done so since, like, the early 70s. So, you know, that's a feat. You know, that is a feat. He's an American master, you know, that cannot be denied. This film ranks, I think, with his best, my personal favorites. One, I think Annie Hall is his masterpiece. And I'm no Woody Allen expert. I haven't seen everything. But, I mean, Annie Hall is his masterpiece, I feel. I felt a lot of Annie Hall, a lot of wisdom, you know, a lot of truth. Lots of truth. And it also reminded me a lot of my other favorite film of his, Everyone Says I Love You, which was my first exposure to Woody Allen. And I love that film. It makes me feel like I'm in love, somehow. And I kind of got that. I was both felt like I learned something and that I felt bursting at the seams with joy. That it filled me with such a hope that I almost found it overwhelming. I know I'll buy this movie. I only own 3 Woody Allen movies. Besides the 2 I mentioned, I also own Deconstructing Harry. I'll definitely get this one. Just because if I ever need to feel like, if I ever feel hopeless, I would watch this film. And then I would be filled with hope. Really, it was just fantastic. And again, gorgeous. Such believable characters, great acting, filled with character actors that I love. I think it's fantastic that they're getting to be in a big Woody Allen movie. It's so cool. I really hope you see it. I don't want to talk about it. It's so quotable. It's incredibly quotable. Someone would say a line, and I would be like, oh, I gotta remember that. I gotta remember that. And then 5 minutes later, someone would say something, and I'd be like, oh, I gotta remember that. Ah, God. And then by the end of it, I can't remember any of it, because I'm trying to remember it all. So again, a fantastic experience. I've got to see this movie again. It says so much. It says so much about art, about life, about love. I think it's fantastic. I think it's fantastic. And now I'm wondering why I didn't give it a 10, but I think I've explained why I'm not giving it a 10. But still a 9, a solid 9, and one of the best films I've seen this year, one of the best Woody Allen films I've seen. So there, I don't know what else to say about it. You need to see it. It's a must see. It's Midnight in Paris. It's a 9. Thank you.